and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be... Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react. Narrow that down a little bit, but I will say...
Double time, double time. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
26.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. J.J. Watt. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare bones. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Prescott now from the 50. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. The starting defense now for the AFC.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if they're off. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So,
Don't even say it, partner. Don't even say it.
The name Wrong Way Marshall comes to mind.
You said it. You said it.
This might be worse than that, though. It is. This is worse than that.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And drive number 1 for them was a punt. We'll see what drive number 2 holds here.
And oftentimes you think to yourself, okay, 2nd possession, let's go ahead and open things up. Let's get a little bit crazier on offense. Maybe it wasn't a matter of that. Maybe they just missed a block or two, and maybe they had the right plays called. Sometimes... It's just the execution. Let's see if they can execute a little bit better on this drive.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
3rd and long for Prescott. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The AFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. And the AFC has taken the lead. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the... The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they got to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's Prescott, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 15-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second down and goal. Prescott under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Looking to throw. Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The AFC offense making their way back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Undercrunch. Check 24, check 24.
On second and 9, Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got Green. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the NFC back out there. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and it's 3rd down. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Thomas, the intended target.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position him.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again. Third down here. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambeau will put this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we have an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Looking to throw again on second down. Holmes. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. First throw now for the backup Brady. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get this. Check.
Throwing again. Brady. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. 23 yards on the play.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw?
Let's go. Rip.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Hill the intended receiver once again, but it'll be second and goal. Brady to throw again.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Brady now on third and goal. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC adds on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Off the play fake, Prescott. We saw this a lot in the first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Prescott. And he finds his tight end, Graham. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the AFC will take over first and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to second and 4. From the 45 on second down, Prescott. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Cooper again the target, and now it's third down. Prescott from the gun on third. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Prescott to throw on fourth. And that is going to be incomplete.
We got this.
He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. To throw is Brady. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Odell Beckham, 37 yards. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. On 2nd and 2, Prescott, and his throw is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 2. Mike 29, watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott, and able to find Graham, complete, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Prescott now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 9.
Prescott yet again. The connection made. It's Graham. And that's going to move the sticks again here as the tackle's made at the AFC's 41-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Prescott. Jones has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. Single.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And Graham's got it. Complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Prescott, and he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Prescott on 1st down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC able to cut into that lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, you know,
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Aaron Donald in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. To try again after the sack, Brady. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 49 yards. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place. But in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Prescott going to come up first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
But this offense can get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done, and able to work his way down to the 16. Now the NFC going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The numbers for the NFC on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be third and 13. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Brady going to look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So, Charles, final thought.